The night shift at the diner pays $400. I wish I'd asked why. Last week, I ran away from home. At my age, moving out would probably be a more acceptable term. But if you knew anything about my home life, you'd understand that running away is the correct one. Either way, that's not important right now. What matters is that I left with only a backpack, the clothes on my back and one extra change, a few days worth of food, my phone, and about $1,000 in savings, which I'd been quietly stealing from my parents over the past 10 years, and no plan whatsoever. I hitchhiked to the nearest bus station and bought a ticket for the first bus leaving the state because I didn't want to give my family enough time to realize that I was gone. When I arrived at my first destination, I took another bus, then another, and another, until finally I ended up in the middle of nowhere, in a small town in Iowa with fewer than 400 people and one rundown motel that by some miracle didn't ask for an ID or a credit card. Coming from an overly sheltered life, I had no idea how the real world worked. I still don't. When I arrived, I thought $1,000, now $950 after the bus fares, was a fortune. That illusion shattered the moment I had to pay for a full week in advance to make up for my lack of credentials. I soon learned that freedom comes at a steep price, especially when you're desperate. The man running the motel must have sensed it, because on top of the $300 for the week, he charged me an extra $100 because you never know with these kids nowadays, as he put it. With only $550 left, I realized freedom was fleeting. I also realized I needed a job, fast. And to make matters worse, 3 days ago, my food finally ran out. So I had no choice but to go to the nearby diner. I'd never been to a diner before, but from what I'd seen on TV, I could tell that this one looked quite normal. Checkered floors, red vinyl chairs, a boombox, and a blonde woman behind the counter refilling a man's cup with what I believed to be tomato juice from a coffee pitcher. It was early in the night, and the place was full of people eating and chatting, but all of that came to a stop when I walked in. The tension buildup was instant. Every pair of eyes was turned to me,